What's up, y'all? It's Trenius and this is you on the infamous Living Room Network. But uh, I don't know if y'all been watching the news lately, but I have. I've been trying to actually watch the news for a change in my life. Now that I'm dealing with the stock market and stuff, and I got coins and cryptocurrency and stuff like that. Now I try to watch the news more often to stay updated with what's going on in the news. Okay, so this is gonna be a little bit, uncut, considering the fact that I don't talk about, a lot of controversy and stuff like that on my channel or publicity or anything. But I've always been a fan of Kanye West ever since, I can remember. Like, I always been a fan of Kanye West, graduation, all that. And I understand where he's coming from right now, being that he's in the media more often nowadays and such and so forth. So I'm about to explain some real stuff because here on my channel, we talk a lot about self-realization and we talk about manifestation, law of attraction. We focus a lot on the invisible world, and consciousness. And so Kanye West, I would say, is a very conscious person. Make sure you subscribe after this video because I'm about to tell you some real powerful stuff of why people don't like Kanye West talking to Donald Trump, okay? So if you got anything negative to say about this video, just save your energy because we want to keep the positive energy going for this video and for you and for me, okay? But if you had anything negative to say after this video, just save it and keep it for yourself, okay? If you don't have nothing good to say, don't say nothing nice at all, okay? So anyway, I didn't watch it, but I heard about it. And then when I went and watched it once again, I saw something that I agreed on that Kanye West was saying, and the things that he was, trying to get people to understand. Let's just say this. Kanye West and Donald Trump both have the same objective in mind. It's just like any president that gets in the White House. Like, of course, they're going to be a different person. Of course they're going to be different. That's the thing. This is where people start to have big misunderstandings because most people think alike. If most people are followers, most people follow the trends of what's going on. If everybody else don't like it, then they don't like it. You know what I'm saying? If everybody else don't believe in it, then a lot of people ain't gonna believe in it. If everybody else is not buying an iPhone, then a lot of people are not gonna buy the iPhone. If everybody leaving Android to go buy iPhones, a lot of people are gonna leave Android and go buy iPhones. That's just how people are. But the truth is, everybody that gets in the Oval Office in the White House has their own style of how they want to implement their plans for the country. Let's just face it. They might not be the best, speakers. I would say Obama is a way better speaker than Donald Trump. Why? Because he knows how to use his rhetoric a little bit more better. And he knows how to speak. You know what I'm saying? But that's not Donald Trump's strength. I would say that Donald Trump has a better strength at conducting business than Barack Obama. Barack Obama could have done a lot of things in the office that he didn't do because I think he was too focused on, just trying to make sure that his image was, perfect and whatnot. That's just my personal opinion, but I feel like Donald Trump is handling a lot more business. Now, does Donald Trump speak the best? Is he politically correct all the time? Absolutely not. I don't expect nobody who's never went to school to be a politician to get up there and be a politician. So after I know that fact, I don't have anything negative to say about Donald Trump ever. You know what I'm saying? Ever. And so, when it comes down to Donald Trump, just simply not being a political image figure, upright righteousness and yes, and we're going to take the nation to a high evolutional level. And first we're going to start with the middle class and then we're going to move those gains down to the top lower tier bracket of the class. You understand? Does everybody agree? He's just not that type of person. Donald Trump is a keep it real type person that just says what he feels and says what's on his mind, which a lot of people go against that because a lot of people are not able to be themselves to that degree. You see what I'm saying? Kanye West is the same way. Kanye West is the type of person, he don't care what nobody thinks about him. He speaks his mind, whether it's on TV or whether it's, probably in his own personal life. I'm pretty sure he does the same thing because his music, he talks and speaks his own mind in his music as well. I'm sorry this camera's shaking, but I'm holding it, y'all. But you got two people that they have the same type of, they want the same type of have the same goals and they want the country to prosper. They both have good. I really feel like Donald Trump has a good heart. I can feel energy. I can feel energy really good. I really feel like Kanye West has a really good heart too. They're not evil people. Like, they're not people that wish the best upon the United States. They just people that see each other's vision, and they're trying to come together to get other people to understand the big vision, the bigger vision. Like when Donald Trump had on the hat, Make America Great Again, when he started that trend up, a lot of people put their own perception to it, their own twist to it, their own spin. And it was like, they thought in their little fancy minds and was like, oh my gosh, we didn't expect him to win in the first place. And we know he's a Republican. And you know what? Most people hear the word Republican, what they think? Racist towards minorities. That's the number one dominant thought that dominates people's mind when they think about Republican Party. They think about racist, rich, Caucasian people. And that is not true. That is simply just not true, folks. And when people think about Democrat, they think about people that are struggling and trying to make it, people that make low wages and they never get a chance to like succeed. And we need somebody in office who can support these Democratic people who never have money like they want to. You just understand what I'm saying? So we can continue to get, government programs to support people with like don't have a lot of money. We need somebody in the office that's Democrat. Now I'm a liberal. So I could talk from both sides. I like Democratic people sometimes, and I like Republican people sometimes. I didn't even vote for. I didn't even vote. You know what I'm saying? But I can sit back and I can look and see what people's ultimate plans are, being in positions of power. And when Donald Trump had that hat, a lot of people just thought it was racist and completely took it wrong. How do you know that this man don't just simply mean in his mind every president before him messed America up? Okay, he's just the president that wants to make it great again because he feels like all the presidents before him is not going to do a good job like he's going to do a good job. But see, the perspectives of other people is like, no, America's already been great. What is he talking about? Oh, that's just some racist stuff that he's saying because he feels like he wants Caucasian people to get back into the office to be the president again after Barack Obama. You know what I'm saying? It's just like a lot of people pull the race card, man, and that's really not the issue that we're dealing with nowadays. The issue that I see that everybody had with Kanye West meeting with Donald Trump is it's a thinking thing. It's a thinking thing. Kanye West is so consciously awakened. And when I say consciously awakened, I mean he's intelligent. He's creatively, intuitively intelligent. He's an artist. Okay? Everybody know that artists are weird. Artists are considered crazy. Why? Because they don't do things the normal way that everybody else do them. Why did we like Picasso? Because he painted weird shit. You know what I'm saying? Why did we like Mozart? Because he made crazy music that made us feel like crazy moods, but it was dope. It was fire. He did a great job. You know what I mean? Let's take it to religion. Why didn't people like Jesus? Because he didn't want to he wanted to worship on the Sabbath. You know what I mean? But he was a good dude. And it's just like, people are not used to seeing people do things that are unnormal at all. If it's not the status quo, if it's not following in the trends, if it's not what everybody else is doing or what everybody else is thinking, people do not like that. And it's a mind thing. That's a mind thing. And so Kanye West getting up here telling all his thoughts about how he feels about Donald Trump, it's personal. They have a personal relationship. And like I said, y'all, I sat back and looked at this a day after everybody was talking about it. I'm like, Trent, you must go watch that. And I don't even watch the news. But I ain't stupid either. I can just see through people, and I understand energy, and I understand emotions and psychology. And, Kanye West is just getting up there speaking his personal feelings for this man, Donald Trump. Is that anybody else's business? No. Like, my friends are my friends, regardless of what you think about what me and my friend got to say to each other or not. That's my friend. You don't know our relationship. You get the example, what I'm saying? Like, can't nobody come and tell you how you and your friend should not like each other because y'all are talking to each other like the way that y'all talk to each other. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't have the right to say, oh my God, that is so stupid because you said that you would give your friend deserves a hydrogen plane. You don't need to tell your friend, but you don't know my relationship with my friend. So how can you sit here and judge me and tell me that I'm wrong for telling my friend that he should have a hydrogen plane? That's our personal relationship. And so it comes off different when this is all on camera and people have the opportunity to think thoughts about something that they don't really know about. They just see it on TV. You know, when people see things on TV, it's like, that's a part of me. You know, it's not a part of you. It's just something that you're seeing that's happening, that two men are talking about. If the cameras were not around, you would see two men talking like friends, and they just like each other. They're just like me and your friends, or just like me and you, like we talk right now. Like, you know what I'm saying? They just like two people that just talking. But it makes it such a big speculation when you got all these cameras around and all these journals and all this paparazzi and people who want to add their own mental opinion to what they perceive just when they see two men talking. And so it's like an uproar for no reason, because it's really nobody's business. I mean, yeah, the president is everybody's business. Don't get me wrong, but we got to understand how individual people feel and think. Everybody's different. You know, everybody's different. And I think it also really disturbs a lot of people to see like a African-American man talking to a Republican president. You know what I mean? Like that's another stipulation that it's like, once again, it's like another like mental enslavement type thing going on, where it's like, okay, like lawyers, for instance, I know some lawyers that are able to fight for the plaintiff and the defendant. Are you a lawyer just like to fight for plaintiffs? If you do, okay, you're limited. You know, you're limited to thinking, and you're limited to making money, and you're limited to your popularity. And a lot of people won't know you, and a lot of people won't hire you because you can't defend for defendants. You got to be both. You got to be able to see the spectrum from all angles. You know, you got to be able to see things from all angles before you sit back and you like counter judge somebody because of what you see, without getting to know them personally and how they feel. You know, and so that's why I say we talk about a lot of stuff like this on my channel here on the Infamous Living Room Network. Go ahead and make sure you press the subscribe button down in the bottom right-hand corner. Press the bell notification. New videos every single day. Like I said, I don't usually get on here and talk about controversial topics or whatever, but I want to show that I am a normal person, and I do have a television, and I can watch a TV series or watch a news segment every now and again, okay? I'm normal. Just because I make videos does not mean that I am better than anybody else. No, I'm not. I'm a normal dude, you know. And Kanye, like I said, Kanye West, he's a very conscious person. He says what he feels. He told the nation what he felt about President Bush, about not liking black people. Now, do I have to agree on that? No, I don't have to agree. Why don't you have to agree? Because I don't believe what he said. But at the same time, that doesn't make him bad, or that doesn't make me better than him because he said something that he feels. That's what he feels. As long as he don't put his hands on me or nothing, I'm cool. You know what I'm saying? And that's what was going on. That's what was going on. And a lot of people don't understand Kanye West, like I said, because once again, he's like one of those Pablo Picasso type persons. That's why he made his album called Pablo, The Life of Pablo, because I guess he feels like he's living the life of Pablo. Every artist is like an outcast. Look at Lady Gaga. You know what I'm saying? Look at Lady Gaga. Look at some of these artists and how they're so out there. You know, Bruno Mars. Look at these people, man. These are artists. They're so uniquely in tune with who they are that everybody's attracted to that. And, you know, and they speak their mind in ways that you might not understand because they speak from a mind of artistry. So I understand how Kanye is talking. He's talking on such a high level of creative intuitiveness. If you don't even know what that means he's talking on a level like he's trying hard to get the average person to like understand what he's saying, but it doesn't come out properly, like Donald Trump, because he didn't go to school to be a politician, so he don't know how to really use his words right with the proper rhetoric and etiquette to make it come across like Englishly, grammatically, like correct. You know what I'm saying? He's getting his point across from the way he wants it to be, you know, heard, but at the same time, he's lacking on a lot of levels of when it comes down to interpreting his speech to get the message to like resonate in a lot of people's heads. And so he's having such a hard time trying to get his message into people's brains who don't think like creative like he do. You know, and it's the same situation with Donald Trump. Donald Trump is very great businessman. He's a very great businessman, and I don't care if you agree with me or not, but I think he's doing a great job in office. I'm a citizen of the United States of America, and I've been feeling good. I've been feeling good, and I have not been feeling bad. I have not had any financial struggles to the point that where it was like, oh my God, I'm gonna blame it on my president. Oh my God, the government's fault. No, I've been doing pretty good ever since he's been in office, and so was when Obama was in office, you know. And so I just think that these guys have a hard time being understood. President Trump and Kanye West, they just two guys that have a hard time being understood. And our nation does a hell of a good job of like shunning both of them and putting them down and making them seem like they're not, you know, worthy to be in the position that they're in. And that is, to me, that is not right. That is not right, because at the end of the day, even though a lot of people don't agree with Donald Trump on things that he say, I know he said some ugly things, but it ain't like you ain't said no ugly things. I mean, it ain't like we live a life, you know, perfect, free from sin. You know what I'm saying? What if you was in the spotlight like these two guys are? What if you was in the spotlight and cameras was on you every single day, you know, outside your house recording you and your family, putting microphones in your locker room and stuff like that. Here you talking about locker room banter or whatever they called it or whatever. Locker room talk. You know, they was spying on you, you know, when you with your wife or you with your boyfriend or girlfriend, they had microphones around. They was catching you say little slick stuff like that too. How would that make you feel? I think you would feel like them too. And then when the whole world calls you, when everybody thinks that you started, or the media started to paint a picture in your head and try to make you seem like you crazy, everybody else gonna follow and say, oh, he is crazy. Yeah, because a lot of people say that Kanye West is crazy. Oh, he is crazy. Yeah, he's crazy. Like, okay, since a lot of people said it and we all agree to disagree, then that means you need to go to rehab or wherever Kanye West went. You know what I mean? And that's just and it's crazy. It's sad, man. It's kind of like sad almost. But like I said, I ain't on nobody's side. I'm a liberal. I just look at things from the outside looking in, and I know how to talk on the side of they need to get they need to get the point they're trying to make together, because they come off so wrong and so rude sometimes, especially Donald Trump. You know, Kanye West he's obnoxious. He's very obnoxious. You know, Kanye West he says some really foul things and very foolish things. You know, and he could do a better job of being an adult, because sometimes he comes off so childish. Sometimes he comes off childish. And I know, once again, that's just the kid in him, you know, being so creative and having to always pick up his coloring book to make songs and stuff like that. But these guys really do need to grow up. And, you know, the way to grow up is they have to just get in a habit of like putting their message out the way that people want to hear it. I think if they did that, they'll be better off. They'll have a lot more people on their side. And you know, they won't have so many people that like have so much animosity and rage toward them. Because you got to understand, man, a lot of people ain't mentally there where they at. I mean, to be a billionaire, then you know, after you was a billionaire, you become the president of the United States of America. Like, you in a totally different mindset than an average person. Kanye West being like one of the freaking most popular people in the Kardashians, most popular family in the freaking world. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know, he's always in the spotlight all the time. The biggest freaking artist since Jay-Z. You know, like, I mean, these two guys are in totally different worlds. But they're trying to get people to understand from their point of view. You know what I'm saying? And so I just got on here to talk about a little bit of controversy. Rim team, y'all on my channel to subscribe to me. Just bear with me. You know, I had to get on here and I had to talk about something that's totally off topic from what I normally talk about, because I want to show y'all that I'm tuning in to real life issues. And I'm gonna start doing that more often, because I think that's necessary. Because at the end of the day, even though we're watching each other here on YouTube and stuff like that, it's okay to talk about some realistic things from time to time, okay? I mean, that's what makes us human, okay? I don't want to be an alien. I don't want to be a superficial Martian creature who just talks on the other side of the lens and just, like, looks at the light all day like, hey, and I turn into like this computer robot, like android type person, and it's like I make you think that my whole life is like perfect. No, the news is right over here. But anyway, thank y'all so much for tuning in. If this video resonated with you, speak up, let your voice be heard. For those of you that got anything to say about this whole Kanye West, Donald Trump thing, comment below. Positive comments only, because negative comments is gonna get deleted and blocked. I'm just keeping it fresh, positive energy for my people here on the channel. Thank you so much for tuning in. Make sure you subscribe. Peace.